Now, up next is a talk about the people who shape our lives in ways we don't notice. These people can challenge us, lift us, and quietly teach us lessons we didn't know we needed. But here's a twist. Two minds are going to project one voice. So let's welcome Kadi and Misk Almarshoud.
Hi, I'm Kadi. And I'm Misk. And yes, we're identical twins. You wouldn't believe how often we get asked, wait, which are you again? Or the classic, stand next to each other. I mean, see packets with difference. The most common thing people do when they first see us is try to tell us apart. It becomes a whole challenge, like a real life brain teaser. They tilt their heads and sometimes even make weird faces, and sometimes they even squint. They whisper to their friends like they're trying to decode a secret message. And then they guess. Confidently, but usually wrong. We even have an aunt who sees us every day, and she's convinced that only she from our entire extended family can tell us apart. She'll point to one of us with full confidence, stay an inch, and get it wrong. Every single day. So apparently, we're the world's favorite puzzle. So we want to test something with all of you. Don't worry, you won't be graded. Take a look at us for 5 seconds. Really look, no pressure. Now, if you think you can tell us apart, raise your hand. Interesting, very interesting. It could be a handball. We're used to being asked the question, are you twins? And if we got paid for each time, we'd be rich. But also, growing up with a twin is so fun. It's like growing up with your own reflection, except the reflection talks back. And sometimes she borrows his clothes without asking. People love to compare us. Kadi is the creative one, they say, and Misk is the academic one, or Kadi is the introvert, and Misk is the extrovert. A lot of people can only tell us apart by our glasses. I have black glasses, and she has clear ones. But after a while, it gets exhausting, trying to be different enough just so other people can tell us apart. And that's exactly the point. The more we try to prove we know someone, we forget to see who they really are. People didn't just try to tell us apart, they tried to define us. I became the Arab twin. I became the English twin. At first, it sounded nice, like we each got our own special titles. But soon, these titles became boxes, walls, and limits. I stopped writing because I thought that was her name, and I stopped drawing because I thought it was hers. We didn't realize we were shrinking ourselves to fit other people's descriptions. And we're not the only ones who go through this. When everyone around you starts to compare you, you start to compare yourself too. Who got the higher grade? Who made the volleyball team? Even who's taller became a daily question. Spoiler alert, it's still made. Barely. But when people only see the differences, you start to forget the similarities that can necessary. Almost everyone has been compared to someone else. Maybe it's a student, a friend, a classmate, or even a sibling. And when comparisons become constant, it can turn into quiet competition, even when no one means harm. One day during a school project, we decided to switch roles just for fun. I drew, she wrote, and it worked. It actually worked out better. We realized that being twins isn't being two halves of one person. We also realized we don't have to be opposites. We are two whole people who happen to share the same birthday and sometimes even last summer. And we don't have to share just one identity. We are each our own person. So, we decided to reset how we see each other. We stopped asking who is better at this and started asking how can we help each other grow. When I draw, when she draws, I help her visualize scenes. When I write, she helps me think of storylines. It stopped being a competition for a comparison and started being a collaboration, not as the English twin or the art twin, but as Kadi, who loves art and words, and Misk, who loves words and art. Two whole people, not two halves. That changed everything, not just between us, but between how we see everyone. This talk isn't just about twins. It's about how we all treat each other. When you meet someone, don't try to label them first or compare them to someone else. I'm Kadi. I love color, movement, imagination, and writing. I'm Misk. I love science, expression, meaning, and drawing. But before we go, we want to leave you with something to try. Think of one person in your life who has been compared, labeled, or boxed in. Maybe it's a sibling, a friend, a student, or maybe it's you. Compliment them on something unexpected. Encourage them to try something new. Try to stop the constant comparisons. Notice them beyond the label. Imagine classrooms, teams, and families where differences weren't something to separate us, but something to connect us. Choose curiosity over competition, and most importantly, when we stop comparing, we make space for everyone, even ourselves, to shine. We're not here to be pulled apart. We're here to remind you that being the same does not being similar does not mean being the same. Thank you.